Hey everybody, it's Jessica, the Nomadic Owl Oracle, and today I'm here to do a card pull for you, or the card reading for this week of January the 18th through January the 24th. Now, please keep in mind that all of my readings are based on energies, not on sexes. So if at any point I say he or she, please keep in mind that it is general neutral. It's for whoever it applies to. Another thing is my readings are timing fluid, which means that it can resonate at any point that you watch this. If it resonates for you, then it's for you. If it doesn't, then it's not. Please check back again at a later time. This day that I am recording this is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s reserved holiday. And he was a very important and inspirational man to me. I used to be a docent at an art exhibit that was called The Journey, the African American Experience in St. Augustine, Florida. And it was through that, but also living in Memphis for 18 years, that I became very familiar with who he was, what his mission was, and some of the things that he did to help elevate and also bring in equality for all. To me, he was a very pivotal part of our history. And also with the things that we have going on currently, his messages and things that he had put out there are so important to us right now and can be so helpful with helping us move through these energies of what we're currently facing. So before I get started into my reading, I do want to read a quote to you guys, and I want to put this out there because it is one of my absolute favorite quotes that he ever said out of the millions of quotes that he did, okay? So keep that in mind. But the quote is, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at the times of challenge and controversy." Think about that. Your character, who people see you as, what matters the most is what you do in the times that people need you. In the darkest times, what are you exhibiting out to each other? How are you being there for one another? How are you coming across to other people? Think about that. I would just like to encourage you during this time, because this week is the week of the presidential, electoral, whatever, nomination thing, whatever. I can't even say words. That's where I am right now. So it's going to be a very heavy week. So have hope, no matter what things look like on the outside. Be uplifting, be there for others, care for others, and give your compassion and understanding. One other quote before I start our reading, guys. For this week, we have hold on, I can't even say words. I'm sorry, guys. It says, "We must build dikes of courage to hold back the fear of flood," or the flood of fear. Oh my God, I cannot talk today, guys. This is what happens when Mercury retrograde shadow starts. Sorry about that. Yes. So I don't do re-records. I just go through my readings and I do the best I can because I'm human, and I'm just going to show you guys I mess up too. So do not allow fear to put up barriers, to put up blocks in your life. Have courage, knowing that no matter what's coming through, that you're going to get through this. That you have the support, you have the love, and you have the help of not just possibly your family members, but also your loved ones, your past ancestors, your past loved people that have passed on. Also your angels, creator, your guides, whatever you believe in. They are always there to help lift you up, no matter how dark, no matter how hard things are, guys. So this week, this is going to be a reading for whoever needs it the most. Not everybody's going to relate to what I'm saying. Not everybody's going to even want to hear what I'm saying, which is fine and that's fair. But I am using the deck of the Hoodoo Tarot. And I'm also using the Lantern Oracle. And for our affirmation this week, guys, I am using "The universe has my back." So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the cards, and then I will read from these. So guys, if at any point you're interested in getting services from me, please let me know. I am available pretty much every day now for readings and spiritual counsel sessions. I also have my essential oils and all of my products on Etsy that you can purchase there. And I am no longer doing readings like the way I used to out in the public as much as I used to be, More now than ever, I'm doing a lot of things online because I'm getting ready for a move that we're doing in April back to Asheville, North Carolina. So let's get our card for the tarot, what we need to know this week for our highest good and our highest light. And I like to shuffle on camera, even though some people do not. Okay. All right. Then our next card is going to be from our Lantern Oracle and what we need to know this week for our highest good and our highest light. And I'll show you these cards once I get done, guys. It just takes a second sometimes. And that one wanted to stick into my hands. All right. And then our last card is our affirmation. So this is what we need to know for our highest good and our highest light at this time. All right. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cards and then I'm going to start reading. Now, on this reading, I am going to give you a little bit from the book of the Hoodoo Tarot because it tells you what roots to work with and it tells a story, which I feel is pivotal. Since I am honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I do want to honor African Americans as well. This is one of my favorite decks. It was gifted to me by one of my friends who is a root worker. So hopefully this doesn't offend you. There is no offense here. There is no ill will just because I'm using a Hoodoo Tarot deck. Hoodoo is all about your own magic, your own beliefs. You know, people fear Hoodoo because they think it's bad, and it's not necessarily bad. Magic is what your intent is, no matter what you're using. So guys, I'm here to help you keep an open mind. The first card that we have for this week, we have Dr. Grant. Okay, so the story of Dr. Grant is this man that would go into the swamps to harvest medicines that help people. This is almost like the death card, okay? Maybe people would be on the brink of dying and he was able to bring them back. That he was known for his magical properties of what he would bring into the community. So this week, more than anything, things might seem very overwhelming. Things might seem very hard. Things might seem very just chaotic and things like that, but it's telling you that you can heal the situation. You can bring in the medicine, the knowledge, the wisdom that's needed in the community. You can be that beacon of hope for others. He was the hermit, is what they have him listed as. Dr. Grant was the hermit. And I'm going to read to you some of this, okay? It says, the plant that they recommend is duckweed. Dr. Grant is shown in solitude picking herbs and roots in the swamps of Louisiana. He was a Protestant conjure doctor from New Orleans. Unfortunately, the details of his life are unknown. By the time Zora Neale Hurston interviewed Dr. Grant and others in the 30s, many conjure doctors were using herbs and other supplies from their catalogs. Dr. Grant, however, was a proud swamper who preferred to do things the old-fashioned way by gathering what he needed in the wild. Dr. Grant reminded Hurston of a few critical but often forgotten lessons. Number 1, believe in one's limitless power. Number 2, petition spirits unequal to man to help you. Number 3, know more than one way to get a job done. And number 4, acknowledge that no two people or jobs are alike, because a remedy that works for one person may not work for another. Dr. Grant was highly sought after for his abilities, and in some cases was paid more than $100, which was an exuberant amount of money for that time. He's appearing in your reading at this time for you to spend some time alone and recharge. It's also recommending that maybe it's a time to spend in nature and reflection and listening. The questions that this card asks you for this week, guys, do you understand the importance of alone time? Maybe it would be better to stay home tonight instead of going with others. Silence can be golden. Focus on finding out the truth. Be the world, not of it. Pay more attention to your guru or spiritual counselor. If you have one that resonates with you guys, I'm just going to put that out there. Do you really consider the advice you received about that issue, or are you ignoring it? It's okay to take a break from him, them, they, her, or that to reevaluate things and move forward. Now is the time to meditate more and follow your inner voice. So more than anything, this is all about you know what to do. Whether other people understand it, whether other people like it or not, sorry, my hair's crazy, you know what to do and you know how to go about doing this. You have the wisdom, you have the medicine, you have the knowledge within you. We're also, just now, like I mentioned a minute ago, in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So communication might be a bit wonky. There might be things that you're not seeing that you need to reflect on before you move forward. Things such as that. Also, during this time, make sure, like it says, be aware of your words. Whether you send something, whether you type something, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever you say, think it through before you put it out there, because you may not be able to take it back. And I'm already seeing the effects of this taking hold on certain other people that are spouting off a bunch of crazy. So be aware of that. Do not engage in chaos and conflict. The next card that we have, guys, is perspective. It says a calm and clear mind is free to see differently. So it's telling you that when you step outside of whatever this chaos might be, maybe it's this election or inauguration, if I could, inauguration, I can't say words. Maybe that's what you're seeing, or maybe there's division, there's a lot of fighting and things like that. By taking the time to honor yourself, to honor your energies, you're going to be able to get through this. I don't know why I can't talk, but again, it's Mercury in retrograde shadow period. Maybe it's that. Maybe I'm just ridiculous today. Who knows? But perspective helps us so much. When we're so attached to the outcome of things and we're so in the middle of it, it can be really hard to see a way out of it. So oftentimes when we're trying to move forward, we have to acknowledge that we have to do things differently. We have to see things differently. We have to be and act differently. And that's kind of what it's saying. Like a good analogy or a good statement that I like to say to people when they come to me and they're like, I just don't know how to get through this. I don't know what to do. I like to tell them, look at the situation as if it wasn't you going through it. If it was your friend going through this situation and they came to you for help and you had no emotional attachment to it or any attachments to it at all, what would you recommend to them? How would you tell them to get through it? That's what this whole week is about. Be your own friend. Be your own voice of reason in all this crazy that might be going on, because you can heal yourself. You have the remedy. You have the medicine. There is a lighthouse in the distance. You're going to see the light. Things are going to come to the light. Then the affirmation that we have for this week, guys, it says, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. So you have an owl here. Okay, if you're not familiar, I am the Nomadic Owl Oracle. So owls are one of my spirit totems that I have. It's telling you right now is the most important time to honor your intuition, to honor your connection with spirit, with your guides, with your ancestors, with Creator. Because the more that you work with them, the more that you're in unison with them, and the more that you acknowledge this medicine, this power, this abilities that they're given to you, this wisdom, you can get through and overcome so much, guys. Oftentimes we're made to feel like we're isolated and we're all alone, but guys, we are not alone. Our guides, our ancestors are always trying to help us. When we walk with them, when we talk with them, when we honor them, then they're able to help us more. So if you need help, if you need to be lifted up, know that they are there with you at this moment. Guys, I am sending you so many big hugs and lots of love. I know that this has been rough. I know that we're all going through a lot of things. I love you. I'm here for you if you need me. If you haven't yet, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.